Okay, it's another clip from Euphoria, a sign of all that's wonderful with young people today. Let's watch and learn.
We're smoking a little bit of weed. Is that what the fuck we're doing now?
But I didn't rat you
I know I never should have trusted you.
I didn't say anything.
Then what is she talking about?
Wait, were you doing drugs with Gia?
No.
What? Rue, I didn't say anything.
Then how the fuck does she know? What is she
Gia,
talking
you
about?
knew this. You knew she was doing drugs.
It's not like that.
Okay, you know what? If you want to consider smoking some weed to help with my panic attacks, doing drugs, then yeah, sure, whatever. I was doing drugs. Give me a break.
You knew. Don't slam my door.
Mom, please tell her I didn't say anything.
You guys chill the f out. It's just weed.
I'm talking about weed, Rue. I'm talking about pills.
When did you start doing pills?
I did.
Gia.
I didn't.
I told you.
Gia.
I thought it wasn't a good idea.
Gia, please. Let me handle this. Go to your room. Yeah, it.
Lack of listening, strong emotions, shifting coalitions.
If you want to drug test me, let's just do it.
I don't want to drug test
Okay,
you.
so then what? You just want to accuse me of
I'm not accusing you, baby, okay? But
You're so sure, let's do it. Come on, let's go. Drug test me.
Jules told me everything.
What did you do, Mom?
Please.
What did you do, Mom?
Listen to me, okay? Please.
What did
It's
you
gonna
do
be
with the suitcase? What
It's
did
gonna
you
be
do
okay.
with the suitcase?
Baby, it's gonna be okay.
No, it's not gonna be okay. No. It wasn't mine.
Then whose is it? Huh? Okay, look, we can go to the hospital, okay?
I'm not
we
going
can,
to the hospital if you call. Mom,
Look, we can do the withdrawal thing again, baby.
call
It's okay.
the hospital. If you try to put me in a hospital, I swear to God, we're gonna have a problem.
Rue, no, you're out of control.
Phone down. Where did you put it? Where'd you put my pills, Mom?
Where did you put it? Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I'm calling the police.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
You will not attack me in my
You
own house.
on your own home.
I raised you. I did, okay? And you do not scare me. You're not a good person, Rue.
Okay, this is really intense, more intense than I expected. Thank you, dear producers. But what a really hard moment here to say to someone, you're not a good person.
You smiling? Really, you're proud of that?
Yeah, it's a shame, Mom. My dad's dead. Kind of keeps you from admitting what a mother you are.
So, identity trigger back, right? So, you're not a good person, you're not a good mother. So when we're attacking at the level of identity here, it's really hard to turn this around.
Oh, poor Leslie. Her daughter's an addict, but you know, her dad did die. You hear that, Gia? You hear that? I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you're probably gonna have to be a neurosurgeon or maybe an astronaut, because if not, then Mom is 0 for 2, and that means that it might actually just be her fault.
Bruce.
Yeah, that means maybe she actually f***ed up.
Okay, that's
Be
enough.
honest.
That's enough.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You want to hit me?
Shut the
Get the f off of me. Don't you touch her.
Get out. Get the out of here.
Off of me.
Get out.
Get pills. What did you do? Where are they? No! You want to tell me what to do with my life, huh? You want to tell me to stop doing drugs? Huh? What the f am I supposed to do, huh? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Please.
This is your fault. You don't recognize me. We're not in the eye. I don't recognize me either.
As we get into this, I want to put some limits on my own expertise and what I'm talking about. I am not an expert. I know, in fact, nothing about how to deal with someone who may be in the throes of a drug addiction, maybe in withdrawal. So if we could put those aside and really just look at some of the difficult conversations components that can be a part of many fraught family conversations that maybe don't get quite to this level, but still involve a lot of emotion, a lot of partisan perception, and maybe some hurtful things, I think there's some value that we could still draw and learn from this clip. The first, right, as I said, really relates to being aware of identity triggers that can come up in particular ways in family situations. When we're in the throes of being angry or upset with something our sister, our brother, our son, our daughter, our mother did, the tough things that we might say, like, you are a failure, you let me down, you're a bad person, those kinds of identity triggering moves almost always escalate, lead to impasse, and are really unhelpful. So instead, if we were trying to be skillful here, we can actually be aware of the identity piece, but think about how do we turn it to something more positive. So for example, if mom in this clip wants to encourage her daughter to be a better person, instead of saying, you're a bad person, saying something like, I raised you and there's so many things about you that are so wonderful and admirable, and how can we draw them out and build those? Or for Rue to be able to say to her mom, I know this has been so hard for you, and I know you're trying to be the best mom you can, and how can we tap into that piece? So it's trying to actually identify the good aspects of those identity triggers. Another observation here, right, is just the role of emotions. Now, even from the very beginning of this clip, there's a way in which the emotions are somewhat out of control. If we had a chance to go back a little bit earlier and we started to see some of the emotionality, I would say any kind of an intervention that could acknowledge the emotions instead of just having a back and forth escalation would be helpful. Third thing I want to say here, though, is that there are times in difficult conversations when proceeding with the conversation at the moment is actually the wrong thing to do. And so whenever you're thinking about entering a difficult conversation, it's important to think about, and when you can, even maybe at the beginning of the conversation, name what the limits of the conversation might be and when it makes sense to take a break or to leave. You can always decide to come back another day, but when things are fraught and when things are escalating and when you're feeling out of control, taking a break and walking away is actually a good move. Last piece here is less on negotiation, less on difficult conversations, and more on the role of mediation. This is a situation that calls for some kind of third-party intervention. Somebody who has the trust of all the parties, who has trained, someone who has some skill in mental health counseling, also maybe in mediation, and maybe some medical professionals to help this family work this conflict out. And so one of the things I always say to people when they're in conflict is there is no shame in reaching out for help, because even the most skillful of us, even the most well-trained of us, sometimes find ourselves in need of others who can come in from a more neutral third-party perspective. And in this situation, it seems like that's really what's called for. So there's no doubt in my mind that this clip continues. So stay tuned because part 2 will be coming out soon. But for now, keep on watching and you'll see the first Reacts video I did on Euphoria. Check it out. This one's great too.